What savage strategies do Sigma males use to show they truly don't care about society's demands? Sigmas don't care. A mantra carved into their DNA, a battle cry for those who reject the script the world tries to force on them. These modern-day renegades, the lone wolves of social dynamics, don't just ignore societal rules. They rewrite them. While others chase validation or mold themselves to fit in, Sigmas move in silence, unburdened by the need to explain, justify, or seek permission. Their indifference isn't apathy. It's armor, forged in the fires of self-mastery and worn with lethal grace. Where others see chaos, Sigmas see clarity, slicing through drama and distractions with a mindset so sharp it leaves norms in ruins. This isn't mere rebellion. It's a revolution of the soul, a refusal to kneel to pressures that shackle everyone else. Today, we dissect 6 savage tactics Sigmas use to protect their peace, from ghosting toxic systems without a second glance to radiating unshakable calm while the world burns. These aren't just behaviors. They are a blueprint for liberation, a masterclass in living untethered. Ready to decode the Sigma's playbook? Let's begin. 1. Prioritizing their own goals. Sigma males place their personal ambitions and values at the forefront, often sidestepping societal expectations or outside distractions. This isn't about being self-absorbed. It's a calculated choice to guard their limited time and energy. They might skip the latest social gathering, pass on fleeting trends, or step away from relationships that don't fuel their purpose. Far from apathy toward others, this reflects a deep commitment to carving out a life that's truly their own. People might see this focus as cold or detached, but it's really a bold act of self-respect. Sigma males refuse to let the noise of the crowd pull them off course. They are guided by an inner vision that demands their full attention. This relentless drive doesn't just set them apart. It's the engine behind their ability to turn dreams into reality, one determined step at a time. Picture them as mountaineers scaling a peak of their own choosing. While others linger at base camp, debating the best route or seeking approval, Sigma males press upward, undeterred by the chatter below. Their summit isn't fame or applause. It's a quiet satisfaction of reaching a goal they set for themselves. 2. Rejecting superficial validation games. In an era where self-worth is often tied to digital applause, likes, retweets, or follow accounts, Sigma males couldn't care less. They don't chase the hollow glow of external praise. Their confidence comes from within, built on standards they set that outstrip any trending hashtag. This isn't about rejecting people. It's about refusing to let fleeting opinions shape who they are or what they do. This stance is a radical declaration of independence. Sigma males don't need a standing ovation to know they're on the right path. They trust their own judgment and find value in the work itself. Praise might come their way, and criticism too, but they shrug both off, anchored by a quiet certainty that their worth isn't up for public vote. Imagine them as chefs crafting a dish for their own palate, not the critics. They savor the process, the chop, the simmer, the taste, without glancing at a review page. If others enjoy it, fine. If not, it doesn't change the recipe. That's the freedom of living beyond the validation trap. 3. Refusing to explain themselves. Sigma males don't waste breath defending their choices to anyone who doesn't need to know. They are not hiding arrogance behind silence. They just see no point in handing over the reins of their life for others to inspect. Close friends might get a glimpse of their reasoning, but the broader world? That's not their audience, and they are not auditioning for approval. This comes from a rock-solid trust in their own decisions. They've weighed their options, accepted the risks, and moved forward. Why explain that to someone who isn't in the driver's seat? They are fine with being misunderstood. Their peace doesn't hinge on everyone nodding in agreement. It's their story, and they're the only ones who need to get it. Think of them as architects sketching a blueprint others can't yet see. They don't pause to justify every line or angle. They build, trusting the structure will stand. That quiet confidence can unsettle those who crave explanations. But for Sigma males, it's just another day of living on their terms. If you've made it this far, you're probably intrigued by the Sigma male mindset, whether you see yourself in these traits or just admire the independence they represent. In the Sigma male community, there's a shared understanding that life is too short to waste on explanations or drama. It's about living authentically and focusing on what truly matters. Maybe you felt the pressure to justify your choices or got caught up in unnecessary conflicts. Imagine the freedom of letting that go, of trusting your path and rising above the noise. That's exactly what we're diving into next. How Sigma males master the art of ignoring drama entirely. 4. Ignoring drama entirely. Drama is a vortex Sigma males steer clear with expert precision. Gossip, petty squabbles, or emotional tug-of-wars. They are not interested. They watch from a distance, cool and collected, saving their energy for battles that actually matter. This isn't a lack of feeling. It's a deliberate choice to keep their headspace clear and their focus sharp. Stepping over drama's tripwires lets them channel their strength into what counts. They know that getting tangled in pointless conflicts is like spilling fuel they need for the long haul. They are not blind to real problems. When stakes are high, they'll engage, but the everyday soap opera, they've already changed the channel. See them as pilots flying above turbulent weather. While others get tossed around in the storm, Sigma males adjust their altitude, keeping their eyes on the horizon. That knack for staying steady amid chaos is what keeps them grounded and moving forward. 5. Staying calm in the face of criticism. When criticism flies their way, Sigma males don't flinch or fire back. They take it in stride. Whether it's a thoughtful critique or a cheap shot, they sift through it like prospectors panning for gold, keeping what's useful and letting the rest wash away. Their calm isn't passivity. It's a steel-willed choice to stay in control, no matter the noise. This poise stems from knowing who they are and what they're about. They don't let someone else's words rewrite their self-image or knock them off track. Criticism might sting, but it doesn't define them. They do. It's a tool, not a weapon, and they wield it with a steady hand to sharpen their edges. Picture them as lighthouse keepers in a gale. Waves crash, winds howl, but they stand firm, tending the light that guides their own path. That unshakable calm isn't just resilience. It's a quiet power that leaves critics wondering why their barbs didn't land. 6. Walking away without looking back. If a situation, be it a job, a relationship, or a dead-end scene, stops serving their growth, Sigma males don't hesitate to leave it behind. They don't drag their feet or cling to nostalgia. They cut ties cleanly and keep moving. It's not cold-hearted. It's a clear-eyed choice to protect their peace and chase what's next. This willingness to let go is about valuing themselves too much to settle. They see no honor in sticking around where they are stifled or drained, so they walk, head high, toward open doors. It's a tough call others might dodge, but for Sigma males, it's as natural as breathing. Freedom is non-negotiable. Think of them as travelers shedding a heavy pack. They don't glance back at the weight they've dropped. They are too busy scanning the road ahead for the next adventure. That forward momentum is their strength, fueled by a resolve to live life on their own bold terms. As we've dissected today, Sigma males don't just ignore the cacophony of societal demands. They ascend beyond it, transforming their ruthless indifference into a scalpel that cuts through the tangled web of conformity. Whether it's vanishing from draining relationships like smoke in the wind, mastering stoic silence in the face of chaos, or treating superficial judgments as background static, their actions scream a truth most fear to whisper. Life isn't a popularity contest. It's a battlefield of energy, and Sigma's guard is like dragons hoarding gold. This isn't about cold detachment. It's about curation. Sigmas refuse to let their mind become junkyards for other people's expectations. While the world frantically chases trends, likes, and hollow validation, they are building empires of purpose in the shadows, brick by brick, away from the circus of approval-seeking. Think about it. How many hours have you wasted molding yourself into shapes that don't fit, just to earn fleeting praise from people who don't truly see you? Sigmas don't bleed for applause. They reserve their fire for what fuels their vision, not the flickering matches of others' opinions. But here's the raw truth. Adopting this mindset isn't a cozy stroll. It's a storm. It means staring down the void of uncertainty and choosing self-trust over the warm lies of conformity. It means wearing solitude like a crown when others mistake it for loneliness. Yet, in that storm is where power is born. Not the loud, chest-thumping kind, but the quiet, tectonic force of a man who knows his worth isn't up for debate. If this stays you, if you're tired of jumping through hoops for crumbs of acceptance, then the Sigma path isn't just a philosophy. It's a rebirth, a rejection of the puppet string society clips to your spine. And here's the secret. You don't need permission to start. Burn the script. Walk away from the roles that shrink you. Let your silence become your anthem and your actions your manifesto. But remember, you don't have to forge this path alone. This community isn't a fan club. It's a war room, a place where strategies are shared, Masks are discarded, and the art of unshakable self-mastery is honed. Every video, every insight, is a tool to help you dismantle the cages you've been taught to call normal. So if you're ready to stop negotiating with a world that fears your authenticity, hit that subscribe button. Turn on notifications. This isn't just about content. It's about building a legion of unbreakable minds. The road to Sigma status isn't paved with shortcuts, but with a rubble of broken chains. And trust me, the view from the other side, where your worth is untouchable, your energy unspoiled, and your freedom non-negotiable, is worth every step. Stay fierce. Stay focused. And never forget, Sigmas don't care because they are too busy conquering.